Hello and welcome to my sermon. It's July 7th of 2019. Thank God I'm free. Now this sermon is about citizen activism and the need to stop punishing the saints, people like me, among the greatest saints on the planet. Now, yet again, I have received trumped up charges as one of the biggest saints in our area, as the one who's worked to safeguard our water, save the homeless, do innumerable other good deeds in the name of God. And yet also, I do like justice. And those who like justice often question what the government's doing. The government doesn't like that. That's what the problem's been. I've been working for justice. The sheriffs are the king of injustice. Chapter 19, verse 15 of Leviticus, you shall do no injustice in court. The Athens County sheriffs are the king of injustice in court. As you can see here, this is a video of Ryan Kaywood, a domestic terrorist, walking right past my no trespassing sign. You can see after he's seen that he's on camera, breaking through my fence. He punches me hard in the right collarbone, and my right collarbone still hurts a lot to this day. It's been way more than a year and a half later. This is a permanent injury. Lots of my bones are shattered. Every time I sleep on my right side, it hurts. It hurts at all times of the day. And this has been caused by an assault that I'm the victim of. And I'm the author of several books. My third book is about nonviolence. I have taught nonviolence, and I've trained in nonviolence, and I am nonviolent. But I was assaulted brutally, and it's not the only assault. DC police have broken 3 of my ribs, and they have not been arrested for breaking those ribs. And also, the biggest assault I'm the victim of is the brain implant. Our government put a brain implant into me against my will. And anyone not concerned about putting brain implants into people will be considered Nazis in the history books. And also, those not involved in exposing the brain implant are terrorists. The brain implant is a form of terrorism. And our government is a pack of terrorists until we do something about it. And as a democracy, we as the people do have a responsibility for what our government does. Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. But as for the cowardly, the faithless, the detestable, as for the murderers, the sexually immoral, the sorcerers, the idolaters, and all liars, their portion will be in the lake that burns with fire and sulfur, which is the second death. That is hell. They are going to hell. And you do not want to be among them. And those involved in brain implants, they are detestable. They are murderers. Brain implants cause cancer. That's murder. Also, brain implants are a form of rape and sexual immorality. They are putting things into people's bodies against their will. And, of course, those in the government are liars for denying it. And they are going to that lake of fire, to hell. Now, if you do not want to be among those going to hell, you need to resist the Satanists. You need to get the government to admit to the truth. How long it's going to take is a good question. I've been working on exposing brain implants for more than a decade. I'll continue to do that until they tell the truth. I sure hope they don't put me in my grave in the process of trying to tell the truth. Recently, I asked some Appalachian behavioral health care employees, why don't they do something about brain implants? They said that they would lose their jobs if they did something about brain implants. That means that ABH is a terrorist organization. That means the Department of Mental Health in Ohio, and presumably all of them, are terrorists. Now with terrorists, we can seize their possessions and do a lot more. Don't forget what happened to Osama bin Laden. But I do encourage everyone to be nonviolent. It's the only way to win this campaign. And here is a passage from the Bible. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, and put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And that's what they do. Our government acts like they're the good guys when in fact they're the terrorists. Now, once they admit to brain implants and compensate, they will not be terrorists. And recently there's been 6 New York police officers commit suicide. And because they have persecuted marijuana, and people know now, as they should have before, that marijuana is medicine, people understand that police really are not the good guys. And with brain implants, they're really not the good guys. So, you know, if we want police to feel like they are worthy and not the criminals that they are, we are going to have to change what they do. Obviously, we need to completely legalize marijuana, and we need to force the government to expose brain implants. They need to admit to the truth. Until that time, we should resist them. And they have been erasing the history books. They have erased scores of photos that I took of the protests of the WTO. They erased them right off of my server, and they broke in and erased them off my computers. That is censorship. Romans chapter 1 verse 18. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who by their unrighteousness suppress the truth. Through their unrighteousness they suppress the truth. That is a great description of our government today. Just like the Romans who pounded nails through Jesus' flesh and had him hung on the cross in excruciating pain. So, I urge people to download my videos and photos from the internet. I've got more than 11,000 photos on my Flickr page, so that they can help to preserve history. Because the government is a king of censorship, and we've got to stop them. Everyone, have a great day.